April is World Autism Month, and approximately 1 in 31 children in the U.S. have an autism diagnosis, which is up from the previous rate of 1 in 36. With expanding definitions of the diagnosis and more cases surrounding the developmental condition, many are in need of resources just to help with the day-to-day. That's why the Hope Bridge Autism Therapy Center is hosting Hope Fest and Touch a Truck this Friday. So joining us today here in the studio is the manager of Hope Bridge Charlotte Center. How are you doing, Naya Osley?
So good. Thank you for having me.
Very glad that you're here to tell us a little bit more about this. Not only because this is World Autism Month, but also Hope Bridge celebrating a big anniversary this year.
20 years. We've been open since 2005. It's been an incredible journey. I've had the pleasure of being here for about almost 4 years now.
Oh, wow. That's great. We certainly know that in the past couple of weeks, there's been a lot of conversation about autism, resources for people with the diagnosis. What are some of those resources that people may not know about here that they can access in Charlotte?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So right now, what we are trying to do is kind of be an outreach to the community and the families that we do serve. We want to be able to bring more people in and bridge those gaps and kind of make it a little more clear what it is that we do and the people that we serve. We actually have patients from ages 18 months to about 10 years old. We have BCBAs, we have an incredible clinical team, and there's a huge line of people behind us that also support us in being able to follow through on the expectations and ensure that our kids are growing and learning as much as they can to ensure that these skills are being generalized across the board.
With such a wide range of ages for patients and such a wide range of abilities with different patients and needs, I'm sure the services that Hope Bridge provides are very varied.
We do intense therapy. It's incredible. Every single day is a learning opportunity for us and the kids. Sometimes there's things we don't even know and we have to learn as we go, and it's just been an incredible journey. I even started out as an RBT, so it was great.
Really?
Yes.
And then made the transition over to manager.
Yeah, I was an RBT, I was a mentor, I was assistant manager. It's just been a crazy journey. I love it here.
Yeah. So these events like Hope Fest and the Touch a Truck event that's coming up tomorrow, what does that kind of do for some of the families you serve or those that you may not see yet?
So what we are trying to do is make sure that more people understand what ASD is, autism spectrum disorder, and just bring in families in so that they can be educated on what it is that we do and kind of grasp more people that are able to be advocates for autism therapy and better understanding the concept of what it is that we do so they can also support in their own environments and in their homes as well.
Sure. Why is that advocacy an important piece to this puzzle?
I think a lot of people don't understand how significant autism therapy really is. Autism has an intense impact on the kids that we do serve. Sometimes that can be different behavior things, sensory issues, trouble communicating, and a lot of that we work on a day-to-day basis to make sure that they're able to gain those skills and functionally generalize those skills across the board.
Wow. So what's some of the best ways that people can get in contact with you and with Hope Bridge?
We have tons of online different servers that we can utilize, Instagram, Facebook. We have our website, and then people are also able to just stop into any center. We have a ton of centers in the area, so that's great too.
Yeah, and a big event, like you said, tomorrow to be 4 to 7, that right? In
4
the
to 7.
University City area?
It is a free event, so we do want to outreach to the public and have any people that are interested to come in and drop in and just kind of take a look around our center and see what it is that we do, and also just get a feel for the team and the environment. It's going to be really welcoming. I'm sure it'll be great, and I think everybody's going to love being a part of it.
Yeah, information right there on your screen right there. This will be right at the corner of North Tryon and W.T. Harris area.
Yes.
Free event, 4 to 7. Lots of different activities for the kids, activities for the families, and plenty of information. Absolutely. Naya Osley, thank you so much for joining us here. We really, really appreciate it.